everyone. Welcome to Shell Point today for Wednesday, June 29th. I'm Adam Brown. On today's show, Ruth Deuber will be making a Greek salad in her What's Cooking segment. And we'll hear more about the special 4th of July celebration that will happen on Monday. But first, we'd like to remind you that it might be time for you to get a haircut. Lucky for you, the Salon and Spa on the island has a special this week where you can receive $3 off a haircut and style. Just call them at 489-8400 to make your appointment between now and July 1st. That's this Friday. Do you like to shop? Do you frequent Walmart, Publix, or the Dollar Tree? Well, if so, we have a volunteer position for you. Our assisted living communities are in need of a few people to help them with some simple shopping needs. Also, the Woodlands Greeter Desk needs friendly faces. Become a volunteer there with a flexible schedule where you'll meet new people and have fun. If you are interested in either of these opportunities, please contact Beth Crenshaw at 454-2290 for more information. And now it's time to prepare a tasty Greek salad. Sounds like a good lunch option today. Ruth Deuber is ready to show us how she makes the salad in this week's What's Cooking segment.
Hello, I'm Ruth Deuber, and this is What's Cooking at Shell Point. And I have a wonderful guest with me here today, Yvonne Schneff, and she has been on the show before, and she's such a wonderful cook that I try and catch her and have her do something on the show. She's also quite a card at jazz and stuff. This is a talented lady, in case you haven't figured that out yet. So she's going to do a salad today. And I think she served it on Easter, and she's going to show us because it's just a delightful meal. We're into warm weather now, and so sometimes we don't want anything very heavy, and this is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to let you start.
Okay. Well, instead of cooking today, we're going to build a work of art. My family has been doing this, I guess you call it a recipe, for about the last 50 years, and I think it originally came from Papa's Louie's in Tarpon Springs. Now, I don't have the stamina that I used to have, so I start preparing this early, like potato salad. I bake my potatoes one day and put them in the fridge, and then the next day I chop the onion and the celery and boil the eggs, and then the next day I put the potato salad together. So we're going to start by covering our tray with some real pretty lettuce here. This is going to be very pretty. I just have the green curly lettuce. We'll lay the leaves around like this. I like to cook because I like to eat. But this is really nice. Don't let this scare you off because it's so big, because you can make just a single serving, and I have one all prepared to show you a little later. So, okay, we have our base here, and now we're just going to dump. I think I have a little over 4 cups of potato salad here, so we're just going to dump it in the middle, like so.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So far, so good.
You know, we don't need to frighten people. They can use potato salad.
You can buy potato salad, yeah, but I wasn't going to do that today.
Yeah, this is the good stuff.
So the next, I have chopped, shredded and then chopped this lettuce, and we're going to cover our little mound with the lettuce, like so. And then we go around the edges and we alternate cucumber wedges and tomato wedges. And we just put those all around the base. All right. Now we're going to put our cheese. This is feta cheese. This is a little Greek cheese. I didn't like cheese very much, and I didn't use feta, but over the years I've become a cheese lover. So you just sprinkle that over the top. And because I didn't like cheese then, I always used a Munster. This is some I just snipped up with my scissors from sliced Munster cheese. You don't have to put this on if you don't want to. Take a green pepper ring and put one on each side. This is for each guest. This would be like for 4 people. Okay, and then I take a fluted toothpick, just because there's a hole in there, and I just take a piece of beet and stick it in like so. It, starts to have some color. Now we're going to sprinkle it really good with oregano. And this is Splenda. You can use sugar or Splenda. And I try to put the same amount of Splenda that I do the vinegar, because I have a sweet tooth. And all of this can be done ahead. Like, I served this for Easter, and I really prepared everything the night before, so all I had to do was put it together after church. So then we'll just decorate the outside edges with some radish roses. And I had a little trouble with my carrot curls because there weren't any big carrots, so I just put the few on that I have here, and that adds a little extra color. And then we'll put the olives around. Isn't this pretty? It's just so colorful. Okay, I think we're ready for the olive oil. I try to put about twice as much oil as vinegar. This is red wine vinegar. And there you have it. That's it. Except I want to show you a single one that I prepared here.
I'm going to take this tray and I'm going to put it over there because we're going to
we get to eat this.
Dive into it.
Yeah. But here's I put this on a larger plate, but you can make this even smaller. Just make yourself a single serving and enjoy it. It's really delicious, but there you have it. So you can make 1, 2, 4, 6, however many servings you want.
Well, that's wonderful because you can, it's not just one size,
no.
but
and I
it's
serve
for everybody.
If like for Christmas or Easter, I serve it with baked ham and maybe some green beans and some wonderful crescent rolls.
I have some crescent rolls
Ruth
over there.
Okay, the only problem is your guest will probably be a little shy of dismantling this beautiful piece of art, so you'll probably have to go first. So you take your bead and you take your bell pepper and kind of clean that up, and then you just dig in and get you some, go down deep and get you some potato salad and lettuce.
Yvonne, thank you so much. It's a real pleasure to have you always.
It's always great fun.
And here we go. Oh, it is fun to get in there and find all this.
Right.
Well, try this. You'll like it. We're going to enjoy. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next Monday is Independence Day. The 4th of July will not go unobserved here at Shell Point, and you're invited to participate. For more on the exciting concert that will take place, here's Director of Resident Life, Laura Slack. She's brought along with her someone else who has a lot of patriotic pride.
Hi, I'm Laura Slack, Director of Resident Life. Summer is now in full swing, and so is the Summer Concert Series here at Shell Point. I hope you will take advantage of these wonderful performances that will be held at the Village Church Auditorium, such as the ragtime pianist Ethan Uslan on July 14th and the Gulf Shore Trio on September 15th. There's also a bonus concert with the Southwest Florida Symphony Chamber Orchestra under the leadership of Maestro Nir Cabaretti, taking place on August 25th. Consult the Summer Concert Series brochure or visit either service desk for tickets and more information. You can also order tickets online at shellpoint.net/concerts. There's another exciting concert on July 4th, and Katelyn's going to tell you all about it.
Thank you, Laura. You may be wondering why I'm wearing this funky hat, but it's to get you excited about an event taking place next week that you don't want to miss. It's a special celebration of Independence Day with the Ditchfield Family Singers. This is a free event that everyone is invited to attend. This family will display their wonderful music ability and recreate classic tunes from the Broadway stage, stirring spirituals, and inspirational songs. You'll enjoy patriotic anthems and melodies that have meant so much to America and its citizens throughout history as they present their amazing show entitled Songs America Sings. Here's a little taste of what's in store for the 4th.
sun shines daily when the clouds go drifting by. We will be happy, Nelly, don't you cry. Renew old memories. Got no bag, I got no reservation. Send me shine I could afford. Like a child, wild anticipation. Long to live at all aboard. Yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. They say you never leave me. Well, say you never. Yes, you never. You never give me a chance. Darling, come and go with me. Come go with me. When you come with me. I was walking that river highway. I saw the lights and the skyway. I saw the lonely, that golden Katelyn, this land, this thing you left me. That I may love what thou dost love, and do what thou wouldst do. Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is free.
The concert will take place inside the Village Church at 1:15 next Monday, July 4th. You can enjoy a complimentary dessert before the concert at 12:30. Come out and enjoy an unforgettable journey through 250 years of great American music with the Ditchfield Family Singers on July 4th in the Village Church. Dessert is at 12:30 and the concert begins at 1:15, and we hope to see you there.
And now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hello and happy Wednesday. This is the happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Katelyn Van Scoy.
And I'm Bev Chandley.
We're here to give you all the information for Wednesday. We start bright and early with men's Bible study at 7:45 in the Osprey Room. 7:45 is also the time that the nifty little day trip goes out to Venice Museum of Archive and Arboretum. Pickups begin on the island at 7:45, 7:55 Woodlands, and 8:05 Eagles Preserve and Estuary. You do need to sign up for that nifty little trip. At 8 o'clock, pickleball will be played at the game courts behind the Resident Activity Center. Also at 8, men's round-robin tennis will be going on at the Woodlands. Lilly & Company Jewelers will be here for their weekly service at 8:45 in the Resident Activity Center. And Gerasi Travel will be in the Egret Room from 9 to 12. Also at 9, watercolor group with Phil Hilton will be going on in the Art Studio. And 10 o'clock is Ladies Bible Study. They'll be in the Osprey Room. Men's match play tennis will be going on at the Woodlands at 10. And the Model Yacht Sailing Club will be meeting at the Commons Lake at the Woodlands at 10:15. Our last morning activity is at 11:30. That's a Health Connections class entitled Agility, Balance, and Flexibility. That's in the Tarpon Room. Well, here's Bev for the afternoon.
Thank you, Caitlin. At 12:45, we have a Health Connections class, Advanced Strength and Conditioning. Sign up is required and they'll be in the Tarpon Room. At 1 o'clock, we have chess being played in the Library Lounge. At 2:30, the Nostalgia Group will be in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. Moving on to 3 o'clock, we have a Health Connections class, Pilates Stretch. That'll be in the Tarpon Room. The singles table at the Crystal will be available at 5 o'clock. At 7:15, it's time for prayer and praise at the Village Church, and that wraps up our day. Well, we're happy to see you here today, and we will see you back here again tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath with the Academy information for Wednesday. At 1 o'clock, our intermediate bridge continues in the game room of the Woodlands. And tomorrow, we have session 5 of the history of the United States to 1815 with Professor Adrian Kerr.
Menus for Wednesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is a petite steak with peas and a baked potato. They are featuring their a la carte menu for dinner, and the soup of the day is chicken Florentine. In the Island Cafe, the sandwich special is a chicken Philly on a hoagie roll with fries for $7.75. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill are chicken Oscar for $17.95 or coconut shrimp for $16.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, my name is Sunny Torres. I'm the Director of Spiritual Services for Shell Point. And today I'd like to share a story with you that changed my life literally about 40 years ago when I was a new follower of Jesus. I went to a chapel service at my Bible school, and there was a little lady. She must have been in her late 80s. Her name was Hattie Hammond. She'd been a missionary since she was 17 years old, and she came in. She was just about the same height as the podium. And she started off by saying to us, she said, "Do you know that you have 3 lives?" And we all looked at each other and started looking around for a door to get out of there. But she kept going on, and she said, "You know, the first life you have is 9 months long, and you're inside your mother's womb, and it's warm and it's comfortable." And she said, "You love it. You can hear your mother's heartbeat and her voice, and it's just great." She said, "But there's things going on inside that are mysteries, like you start developing eyes and there's nothing to see because it's dark, or you get hands and feet, there's nothing to do with them. And you also get lungs and they do nothing but just hang there. And these mysteries are just going on all during the time you're in there, but then all of a sudden, at the end of 9 months, this horrible pushing begins, and out you go into life number 2. And she said all of a sudden, all those things that were mysterious, those things that were being formed in life 1, begin to function. And there was a purpose for them. They were designed for the next life. And she said, life number 2, you are a walking war zone. And why is that? She said, it's because in this life, number 2, you're going to make a decision that's the most important decision you'll ever make as to where you spend life number 3. So because of that, during your years on earth, you are like your soul is like a tug of war. God is spending every opportunity He can to come and draw you to Himself and to convince you of His love for you, and to try and convince you of His design to rescue you so that you can become His child, and how that He, through Jesus and His life and death and burial and resurrection, is able to make a life number 3 possible for us in heaven. And so He spends every chance He can get to convince us of that in these years on earth, while at the same time we have just as real someone on the other end of the tug-of-war pulling us, the enemy of our souls, and he's trying to discourage us. And if we do make that decision to become followers of Christ, why he spends our whole life trying to discourage us and to even destroy our resolve to follow Christ to the end of our lives. And I think the most insidious tactic of the enemy is to get us to distrust the goodness of God, our Creator, and to distrust Him as our Lord. And how does he do that? Well, it's the same thing as in life number 1. We have mysteries going on in life number 2. But in life number 2, those mysteries have a lot to do with suffering. And we get tempted to say, well, why did I end up with this chronic disease? Why did I end up having that freak accident that paralyzed me for the rest of my life? Or why did my child die before I did? Or all these things make no sense to us, and many times these questions are not answered in our lives. And what our enemy does is he makes us begin to doubt the love of God, and it short circuits our vital and vibrant relationship with God. And so this is one of the things he does to trip us up in our life. But Jesus warned us. He said, in this world you shall have tribulation. Or David in the Old Testament said, many are the afflictions of the righteous. So even though we're expecting them, somehow they just they're hard to live with. And so we go through life and we have these dark mysteries, and then all of a sudden, life number 3 begins, and it's often unexpected. We can't depend on it like 9 months like the first one, but just the same as that baby did not come out smiling into life number 2. Its little fists were clenched and he was screaming. We really resist going into life number 3, but once we get there, the same thing that happened with all those mysteries that happened in life number 1, those mysteries were designed, those things that went on were to form something that was going to make sense in the next life, that was going to be a function in the next life. All of our sufferings, God tells us, will be something that he was using to form something eternal. And I think the most heavenly part of heaven, for me anyway, will be when, like in 2 Corinthians 4, verse 17, it tells us that our light afflictions, but that are just for a moment, are producing for us a far greater weight of eternal glory. That these afflictions we're going through in life number 2 are producing something for us that will last forever. Life number 3 goes on forever. It's eternal. And so for God, because he knows the end from the beginning, he's above time, and he uses the things in life number 2 to do something the most he can give us, the best he can give us for life number 3. And so I think our problem, of course, is that nobody likes to suffer, and if we could choose, we'd live in a bed of roses, at least I would. But we have to have an incredible courage and childlike trust to believe in the goodness of God as we go through those times. But one day, we're going to see his wisdom and all those things he allowed in life number 2. Well, I was in Austria for, I think I've told you this before, for 9 years, working in an institute where we had church leaders from the underground churches. And we had a group of students, or they were the leaders, but they were our students there at the institute, and they were from Uzbekistan, and they were the most precious people. Their life was full of persecution, nothing but problems and poverty and everything like that, and yet they were so full of joy. And their dedication to Christ was so genuine and so vibrant. And we would always have a Tuesday night campfire for our students, and all the short-term missionaries that would come to serve the students during that session. We'd have this campfire, and the students would have opportunity to share their testimony and tell about what was going on in their countries. And our one student gave this incredible testimony. They were mostly converted Muslims, and he was talking, and he finished his testimony, and he said, "There's something that I would really like to ask of all of you." And of course, everybody's ready to reach in their wallets. And he said, "What we need from you, we need prayer." And he said, "I'm not asking you to pray that the persecution would end." He said, "That is the thing that's causing our churches to be strong and to have such quality and character in them." He said, "I'm not asking for the persecution to end," he said, "but that you would pray that we would endure to the end." And I think that was my first glimpse of somebody that made top priority out of life number 3. He was able to kind of personify what I had heard this little elderly woman tell us about, and I got to see it in a person that night. And I think the most important thing in our culture that causes us to trip up, or the danger that we face, unlike persecution like they have in Uzbekistan, is this danger of trying to bring heaven to earth here in this lifetime, when God just means for us to have little tastes and hints of what it's going to be, what real heaven is like. We try to make it happen here and now, and we hang on to those things in this life. And the problem is those are just tastes. Those are just shadows and glimpses of something that he wants to give us, the real thing in the future, forever. Only the sufferings that we go through for this little sliver of time that we're in, life number 2, is just a teeny, teeny fraction of the life that we're about to step into shortly, that if we would just trust him like children, let him work in our lives as much as he can, even through our sufferings, like little children, to take all our sufferings and come to him and say, God, I trust you. I trust you're good. I know that you'll work all things together for good for me. I know you'll make all things beautiful in their own time, in your time. And that one day I will, in life number 3, when I come into that incredible presence of God, I'm going to thank God for all these things that were just my darkest mysteries in this life. I will be able to thank him because I'll see that he used them to work together something incredible that I can't even imagine in this life. And so if you think about this in days to come, I know we all go through hardships, just to remember that God is able to give us that childlike trust and faith that will get us through our darkest times. And we can hang on till life number 3. So thank you for coming. And just remember, you have 3 lives. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's program. Tune in again tomorrow when we'll hear about a special program for those with dementia called Memories in the Making. Also, we'll learn about the Academy's iPad, iPhone, Mac Clinic from Penny Modrich and Terry Kolath. Until then, this has been Shell Point Today for Wednesday, June 29th. I'm Adam Brown, thanking you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.